In the bustling city of Gath-hepher, nestled in the hills of ancient Israel, there lived a prophet named Jonah, son of Amittai. Jonah was known for his fervent devotion to God and his unwavering faith. One day, as he was tending to his garden, a profound stillness settled over him, and he heard the unmistakable voice of God calling out to him, "Jonah, son of Amittai, arise and go to Nineveh, that great city, and cry out against it, for their wickedness has come up before me." Nineveh was the capital of the mighty Assyrian Empire, a city known for its grandeur and its brutality. Its people were notorious for their wickedness, and the thought of entering such a place filled Jonah with dread. He knew that the Assyrians were enemies of his people, and the idea of warning them of impending doom seemed both dangerous and futile. Fear gripped Jonah's heart, and he resolved to flee from the presence of the Lord. He believed that if he could escape to a distant land, he could avoid the daunting task that God had set before him. Without a moment's hesitation, Jonah packed his belongings and set out for the port of Joppa, where he found a ship bound for Tarshish, a city on the far western edge of the known world. The storm and the sacrifice. As the ship set sail, Jonah descended into the hold and fell into a deep sleep, seeking refuge from the turmoil within his heart. Meanwhile, the crew of the ship went about their duties, unaware of the divine storm that was brewing. Suddenly, the sky darkened, and a fierce tempest arose, tossing the ship violently upon the waves. The sailors, seasoned and experienced, were terrified as they struggled to keep the ship afloat. They cried out to their gods, pleading for mercy, but the storm only grew fiercer. The captain, desperate to save his ship and crew, descended into the hold and found Jonah asleep. "How can you sleep?" he cried. "Get up and call on your God. Perhaps he will take notice of us, and we will not perish." Jonah, roused from his slumber, realized the gravity of the situation. He knew that the storm was a sign of God's displeasure, and he confessed to the sailors that he was fleeing from the presence of the Lord. "Pick me up and throw me into the sea," he told them, "and the storm will cease." The sailors, reluctant to harm Jonah, tried desperately to row back to land, but the storm was too fierce. Finally, with no other choice, they cried out to Jonah's God for forgiveness and threw him overboard. The moment Jonah hit the water, the storm abated, and the sea grew calm. The sailors, in awe of the power of Jonah's God, offered sacrifices and made vows to the Lord. Inside the whale as Jonah sank beneath the waves, he felt a massive presence beneath him. Suddenly, he was engulfed by a great whale, which God had prepared to save him from drowning. Inside the belly of the whale, Jonah found himself in complete darkness, surrounded by the sounds of the ocean and the beating of the whale's heart. For 3 days and 3 nights, Jonah remained in the whale's belly, a time of profound reflection and repentance. He prayed to the Lord, acknowledging his disobedience and his need for forgiveness. "I called out to the Lord out of my distress, and he answered me," Jonah prayed. "For you cast me into the deep, into the heart of the seas, and the flood surrounded me. Yet you brought up my life from the pit, O Lord my God." Jonah's prayer was one of surrender and submission, and he vowed to fulfill God's command to go to Nineveh. The redemption of Nineveh. True to his word, the whale vomited Jonah out onto dry land, and Jonah, now filled with a renewed sense of purpose, set out for Nineveh. As he approached the city, he was struck by its sheer size and the enormity of the task before him. "Yet 40 days, and Nineveh shall be overthrown," Jonah proclaimed as he walked through the streets. To his amazement, the people of Nineveh believed his message and repented. From the king to the lowliest servant, the entire city fasted and put on sackcloth, crying out to God for mercy. Even the animals were covered in sackcloth. Such was the depth of their repentance. God saw their repentance and relented from the disaster that he had threatened to bring upon them. The city was spared, and Jonah, who had expected destruction, was filled with confusion and anger. The lesson of compassion. Jonah, feeling betrayed by God's mercy, sat outside the city, hoping to see its destruction. As he waited, God caused a plant to grow up beside him, providing him with shade. But the next day, God sent a worm to attack the plant, and it withered away. As the sun beat down on Jonah, he became faint and wished for death. God spoke to him, asking, "Is it right for you to be angry about the plant?" Jonah replied, "Yes, angry enough to die." Then the Lord said, "You pity the plant for which you did not labor, nor did you make it grow. And should not I pity Nineveh, that great city, in which there are more than 120,000 persons who do not know their right hand from their left, and also much cattle?" In that moment, Jonah understood the depth of God's compassion and the importance of mercy. He realized that God's love extended to all people, even those who were considered enemies. A message of mercy. The story of Jonah and the whale is a powerful tale of obedience, repentance, and the boundless mercy of God. It teaches us that no matter how far we stray, God's grace is always available to those who seek it. The story also reminds us of the importance of compassion and the transformative power of forgiveness. Jonah's journey is a testament to the enduring power of faith and the profound impact that one person's actions can have on an entire community. It is a story that continues to inspire and resonate with people of all ages, offering hope and encouragement in times of need.